that you repeat it. Injustice everywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Injustice everywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, which accepts what affects one directly affects all of us indirectly. Yesterday, actually the day, well yeah, I guess it was the day before, can't even keep straight. In Corleyville, Texas, my colleague and friend, my classmate, Rabbi Charlie Sixman Walker, was held hostage by terrorists in his congregation. His Shabbos and our Shabbat was violently interrupted by a terroristic threat. That threat, that same threat that has challenged us in Sikh temples, in African American churches, in Protestant and Catholic churches, in synagogues and government institutions, is something that I pray we are able to use the words of Dr. King, injustice everywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. That we, in fact, use his words to find courage. Courage to face those very threats. Those threats which appear in online conspiracies about COVID, about the election, about the Taliban recent takeover of Afghanistan, planted purposefully by terrorist organizations and foreign governments as disruptors within our very community. Courage to confront untruths, bigotry, hatred, and bias. Courage to confront whatever those biases may leave us, whether it is in those inadvertent little statements which can, in fact, pinch and prick us like a small wound somewhere on our very being. Courage to reach out beyond ourselves. Courage to make a bridge and find somebody who doesn't look like you, doesn't sound like you, is not from the places that you have been, but to reach across that divide and say, this is me, here I am. I invite all of us to live in the courage that kept Dr. King going when faced with death threats, when faced with other things that were obstacles in his way, that allowed him to push through and work hard to strive to get the Civil Rights Act passed, that worked hard to get him to do things that were once told to him as impossible. We are living in a time which is almost impossible, a time which requires us the same courage that he lived out, a time which requires us to reach out, to make friends, to build peace, and to bring harmony into our community. And so I invite you once again to repeat after me. Injustice everywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Injustice everywhere is a threat to justice